It's my first day doing this, and so naturally my face decided to throw up. I've got some great friends joining us for the party today. But that's okay, because it will only test the effectiveness of my makeup. So yes, I'm starting a vlog. Very nervous about it. It feels like the right thing, but yeah, it's a new endeavor. I think it's just, there's always a lot of fear going into the unknown. So why am I starting this vlog? When I started acting, the only way I could perform was if someone else gave me the opportunity. And luckily now we're in an era where that is not the case. We can write, create, make, produce our own content. We have every tool at our disposal, and we even now also have the ability to reach our audience directly, which is really nice and convenient and something that I haven't taken advantage of. I just want to be a creative. Shocking, right? And then the other really big reason, which is probably arguably the biggest, is that I want to connect with people. My husband and I recently moved from Los Angeles to Joshua Tree, California. We were there for a few years before the pandemic and then during the pandemic. And then we left and did something I've always wanted to do, which was live on the East Coast. So I'm very close to New York, where I get to continue my acting endeavors, and I just feel a lot more fulfilled in the opportunities that I've had come my way since I've been here already. It's strange. It feels more like I'm living my dream now than I ever have. The story was, I didn't know if I wanted to go to school to be an interior decorator or if I wanted to go try to pursue acting. And because I really couldn't make up my mind, I decided to leave it up to the universe. As you'll come to see, I'm very spiritual. This was the very beginning of that, I suppose. And I figured the universe would give me a sign and kind of tell me which direction to go. And at the time, I had just turned 18, and you could gamble at 18. So my birthday's in February, and they had just changed the law to you couldn't gamble till 21, but that did not go into effect until May. So I had a couple months, and I went to a casino with my grandma, and I won the jackpot playing bingo. The jackpot was $600, which was the exact amount of the acting classes that I was looking at taking in Los Angeles. So I took that as my sign to go pursue a career in acting. My parents would drive me in every weekend to take this acting class, 6-hour drive there and back, 12 hours total, until eventually my acting coach told me he wanted to put me in a showcase for agents and managers, and that in order to do that, I would need to live in LA because I would need to be available to rehearse with my scene partner. Because remember, this was not a time where FaceTime and that kind of stuff existed. I ended up living with a cousin that I had never met. She was in her 60s, maybe 70s. She had a cat that did not like me and that I was very allergic to. So every time I got to her house, I would just lock myself in the bedroom, and I would only leave if I had to pee, eat, or go to class or go to work. I got an agent through that showcase and then just started working. I always hesitate when people are like, oh, you got lucky. There's a really great quote about how luck is actually when timing and opportunity meets preparation, or something along those lines, when all of those three things align. Was it really luck? No, it didn't just get handed to me. I worked for it. I did, I put in the effort, but I was also at the right place at the right time. So luck is a little bit of a factor. LA was never really my dream, right? It's just kind of where I ended up. It was logistically more convenient, closer to my family. It just made more sense. I guess I never really considered that I might be harboring a little bit of envy towards people that packed up their belongings and moved to LA to really chase their dreams. I didn't feel like I was actually doing the physicality of chasing. Now that I feel like I've done that moving to the East Coast, it does have this other edgy risk that I get a little bit high on, and that feels a little more dire and kind of stimulates a little bit more of a hunger. You have more to lose, right? And I think for me, that's a really effective motivator. So anyway, we're here on the East Coast now. Things are great. I'm happier. I feel more like I can be myself. That being said, it's very family oriented, and it's really hard to hang out with families when you don't have one. And along those lines, it is a little bit lonely not having your own family. I really feel homesick. I think as you get older, you really start to think about your parents' mortality more. I'm very lucky both of my parents are still alive, but every day that I'm not with them is a day I'm just like wasting. And I think kind of having that acute awareness is weighing on me to the point where, like, I don't know, I'm motivated, more motivated than ever to do what needs to be done to make money and have a life that affords me quite literally the ability to see my family whenever and if ever I need to or want to. Because we don't have family, we don't really have an easy way of meeting people. So I'm trying to create my own community with this blog. And not to mention, I've always had an interest in helping people better their lives. Like since I was little, I remember I'm actually very grateful my face blew up today because this is going to come full circle. Everything happens for a reason. When I was younger, I battled acne so much that it destroyed my life, like psychologically. I was just like, I felt like my self-worth definitely came from whether my face was clear or had a pimple on it, which is terrible. But I know so many kids feel that way and can relate to that. I would try so many different things. If you guys are my age, you might remember Accutane. Like I was on that. That was like a huge deal. A very good contraception though. If you're on Accutane, you cannot get pregnant because if you get pregnant, you will have a baby with an arm growing out of its forehead. That's what they told us. So I tried all of these things, right? I remember getting so frustrated because I trusted the celebrities that endorsed things, right? And I didn't know that they were like paid to say shit worked when it didn't. So I would get like really upset when Jessica Biel or Jessica Alba would like tell me to try this product that like clears up their skin and Mandy Moore, and then it never did. And I felt so betrayed that I remember thinking, if I ever get famous or have that kind of clout or pull, I'm never going to do an ad for a product that I don't believe in. It did not come from money. I want to help people spend their money effectively, intelligently, in a way where they don't feel ripped off. I've just always been a really thrifty person, and that's the other reason I'm doing this. I want to share that stuff with you guys. I'd like to share the insights. I know a lot of people are very interested in the life of an actor, let alone one who's still pursuing their dreams or working to build their career. And I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys what that's like, what I deal with, what my days look like, how I deal with rejection, what it looks like and feels like to book something, how it is on set, preparing roles, doing self-tapes, and everything in between. Whether you're just curious or whether that's information that can benefit you because you also are an actor. This is now my second pencil and this shit just falls out all the time. It is so aggravating to me. So one of the things I'm going to be doing really recently, because also my band and my curling thing is flat. Oh, this is disgusting. We're gonna clean that up. We're going to get rid of the products that we don't like, that are broken, that aren't making us feel good. I had an eyeliner the other day that I swear it was like trying to put on eyeliner with an X-Acto knife. I felt like I was cutting the top of my lid and nothing was coming off of the pencil. And I'm like, this is it. It's taking up space. It's not making me feel good. It literally hurts to put on. Garbage. Let's find better products. Let's clean up the shit that's not working for us and holding us back. Okay, so what am I nervous about? I'm currently sweating under my armpits right now, so I know I'm nervous about something. My biggest thing I'm nervous about is that no one will watch this because I'm boring and uninteresting. That is my biggest fear. I don't know if it's a confounded fear or not. I guess we'll see, but that is my biggest fear. I don't want to get discouraged by having like low views or low interactions, which is something that I think all of us feel when we look at our Instagram views and likes and engagement sometimes. I don't want the mathematical numbers and outcome to kill my vibe, man. I don't want it to spoil the fun of doing this. So that's a fear that I have. I don't want to feel like I'm doing it for nothing. That would really suck. Whoa, see you guys, this just broke. It like really broke. Everything is falling apart. This is not okay. Damn. So looks like we're going to be doing a come shopping with me video soon where I just buy an all new makeup line. So hey, if you guys have products that you love, that you recommend, please put them in the comments below. That would really help me. Okay, if you are an assertive, career-driven, particularly artist-driven female, I think you in particular will really like and benefit from my content. I will tell you the biggest secret. I spent my whole life finding the one. And the minute I gave up the search because I realized like I was the one is when I found my guy. The best part about that was that I finally, instead of going from relationship to relationship to relationship, I finally just decided to like face my fears, brave the unknown, and be alone. And it was so much fun, in fact, to the point that when I met my husband, I was like annoyed that he came as quickly as he did because I wanted more time to myself. But spending that time alone was very liberating because I realized that I was capable of so much more than I realized, because growing up, I had always believed that I could only have those things if, when, and through the man that I would meet. I really want to show young women, like if you own your own home or you're even living in an apartment and your landlord is really dragging their heels helping you fix something, maybe something that I show you how to do will be beneficial for you so that you know that you can do it yourself and you know how to do it yourself. I feel like that confidence is really, really valuable in a lot of ways. In fact, what a perfect segue. I've been writing a book now. I guess you could arguably say I've been writing a book for 20 years, but really I started February of this year writing a book called How Bitches Are Made, which is all about how women get hardened. Even as I'm writing it, I feel like it's been helping me. I cannot wait to get it out. I think it's going to help a lot of women. But in the interim, rest assured that there will be many gems from that book that I will just be sharing with you in these videos. So that is something you can look forward to as well. But listen, you don't have to be independent, single, or a woman to enjoy my content. But I think just that if in particular you are, this will really benefit you. Okay, you guys, I'm wrapping up on my makeup, which admittedly has taken me far too long because I just go on tangents and talk forever, which I really think might be why this vlogging thing works out. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys have advice or if there is particular content that you would like to see, please put it in the comments below. I hope that my channel brings a lot of motivation, inspiration, laughs, joy, information, knowledge, and entertainment, of course. I suppose that I would be remiss if I didn't also mention that I am a little bit of a witch. I'm currently learning tarot. People like to really poke fun at me that I don't know enough, and like, I agree, I don't, so it is what it is. Astrology, I know a lot about. So I'm very into astrology. I'm into a lot of spiritual stuff, actually. If that's your jam, then let's make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, eh? My husband's jokes are really starting to rub off on me, which is not great. But speaking of my husband, relationship stuff, there will be a lot of that. Relationships are hard work, but finding the right person, I don't think that growing up for me, there was not a lot of emphasis on how to do that correctly. And I just want everyone to be with somebody who makes them feel as supported and encouraged and safe and happy. The greatest gift in my life might be my relationship. And I'd like to share that gift with you so that you can find that gift for yourself. I realize how that might sound, but I mean that in all sincerity. Finding the right partner and being with the right partner is imperative for you to achieve and live up to your own potential. Okay, I think that's it for today. So I am going to probably take this guy to the park. I can't say that too loud. He gets too excited. There's a lot of words that are off limits in this house. Forest, WALK, JAUNT. He's very fancy. RIDECAR. GO. I'm not quite sure he hasn't figured out spelling yet either. Oh, GOLFCART. Can't say that one. Really cannot say that one. I hope you have fun with me. Let's ask him if he wants to go. Wrigley, would you like to go to the forest? Would you like to take the golf cart? You wanna take the golf cart to the forest? Let's go.